Welcome back, tyrants and newcomers alike, to 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. Last episode, we find out the shocking news. Well, actually, that was the previous episode where we found out the shocking news with Snake was dead. But in last episode, we found out the news that Zero might be one of us, and the group split up, and we all went our separate ways. We are in this room, and this is what we're going to finish today, so let's do this. There's a whole bunch of boxes in my way. I can't get through. Of course not. So, which way do we go? I think we have to go over here, if I remember right.
There are a number of boxes on the catwalk.
I don't think we can go over there.
I don't think you can either. Okay.
Well, anyway, that looks like the pipe. Looks like the bottom connects to the conveyor belt housing.
Then, the coal must come out of this pipe under the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe.
Okay, so I have to somehow figure out how to empty the pipe. What do we go in here? Aha! There's a wooden box on the end of the rope hanging from the winch. Looks like there's something in the box. Can we get it?
It looks like a hand-operated winch, but it doesn't look like there's any way to, operate it.
That means the wheel isn't attached.
Okay, so we can't do anything with the winch at the moment. Or can we? Let's see. Yes, we know about the wooden box. Shut up. Shut up. Alright. Can we get the string? Okay, so there's no way to get that right now. We still have to find it. What's over here? Dang pile of boxes that block my way. Of course it is. Furnace for the enormous boiler. Let's go back through C. I think we're probably supposed to go through A or something. Freaking puzzles, freaking puzzles. I love the freaking puzzles. What the freak is in here? Oh, another winch. Ooh, this one actually has a handle on it.
Alright, let's give this wheel a spin.
Looks like Junpei's got a handle on things. Her.
What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance.
Ah, crap. Yay, I got the wheel. Just what I was looking for.
Good job, genius! You broke it!
Go screw yourself, Santa.
I didn't break it! It broke all by itself!
Yeah. Alright, well, we got the wheel now. We know what to do with that, so let's go back. Never liked this area because it was so darn big. Alright, now, here's the other winch, and let's use this. Hand-operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh, yeah, I've got the wheel. I pulled off the other winch, don't I?
Let's see if it fits.
Of course you do. Ba-bam!
Sweet, it's a perfect fit. Like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good, I should be able to turn this now.
Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see? The wooden box. It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's hanging from the rope on the winch, isn't it?
Yes, Ace, I get the point. There's a hanging box with a thing in it.
It looks like there's some sort of device in the box.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, just let me get the freaking box.
At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now.
At any rate, you better just get the freak out of the way so I can do that.
I'm counting on you.
Shut up, Ace. Thank you. Good lord.
Alright, I'll turn the wheel.
As long as you don't have to go through 10 more lines of dialogue for it.
Huh? What's this?
What happened?
This wheel only turns to the left.
It only turns to the left?
That means we can't reel up the rope.
Yeah. We can only let the rope down.
Interesting. I don't think that will be a problem. We will simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I will be counting on you, Junpei.
Sure thing. No sweat.
Alright, now that Ace is out of our hair, let's freaking get out of here.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box that had only recently hung just below the catwalk now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt, near where June had collapsed. Junpei could see her still leaning against the wall as if she barely had any strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see heat rising from her body.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they had all been thinking.
Well, of course not. She's not gonna just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true.
What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
Santa's response was confident and certain.
She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So, you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah. We're just running around the room solving all these puzzles like it's business as usual. How the hell do you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
Santa snorted in disgust.
A guinea pig. You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment? Is that what you're saying?
Dunno. But it does seem like a possibility, you know?
With that, he turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments,
Santa suddenly stopped.
there was this experiment some scientists did with rats.
First, they took a square C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown. The tank has two exits, A and B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. Exit B, however, is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose? There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, and then Ace responded.
B, of course. The rat had no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified. Which means the rat can't go out that way. So after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet.
These scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation of rats, they took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But even that wasn't the most impressive thing. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in the second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial experiment. These rats were not related to the rats used in the first experiment and had never even come in contact with them, and yet they all easily found their way to exit A, as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know the story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
Santa stopped and turned around.
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, It seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so that the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh.
You know the word emergency comes from the same root as the word as emerge. You ever think about that? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out or appear or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching, and his stomach felt strange. Finally! Let's freaking go down. Alright. Through the C door, and through the A door, and back the freak down the stairs. Yes. And then we go over freaking here, not over there. What am I doing? Going over here. To this box. There's a pair of boxes here. Okay. Didn't that thing lower down here or something? Number of cloth bags. There's nothing but sand in them. Okay. So where did that thing drop at? Where is it? Oh! Here we go. Control panel. Sweet! Alright, well I know where that goes. Up we go. Isn't that here?
These two columns are different from the others. The lights are red.
Okay, well maybe that means I'm supposed to go to one of the wheels and put this in. There's a small door on the side of the tunnel. It's welded shut and won't open. Okay, so it's not that. Yes, 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 shut up. It's welded shut. We get it. What about the silver one on this side? Conveyor belt runs in a sort of don't care. Where do we put this freaking thing here? Don't care. Enough about that. Where does this control panel go? Ah! Derp! What am I thinking?
Maybe this hole is where the control panel goes. Well, there's only one way to find out. In you go.
Aha!
Dude, you did it! Everything looks alright.
Okay, but what do we do now?
Why don't you try pressing the button next to it?
Ace looks insanely surprised about pressing buttons.
The orange one?
Yes.
Alright, I'll do that. Pushing!
And? Sweet! All sorts of lights are lighting up on this thing. And, oh yes, I think I just heard something turn on.
Oh? What's that? What happened?
Junpei, look! The conveyor belt's moving.
The conveyor belt?
Well, I guess it's done moving now. There's still a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel.
Coal. Coal, huh?
Alright. Since the belt started moving, it's transported quite a bit of coal. It all drops to the left end of the belt, right into the wooden box. Okay. Aha! Box filled with coal. Can we search it?
A wooden box full of coal. Guess there's really only one thing we can do with this stuff.
Is there? Okay, so we gotta figure out where to put this coal. Maybe someplace we haven't discovered yet? Blah, 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 and a triangle. Don't care. Thick iron door. Don't care. Yes, it's the exit. Shut up. Alright. Not even gonna bother editing that in. Up the stairs we go. Apparently the stairs are perfect for something. Okay, well, go back. Still gotta figure out what to do with this box of coal. What to do with a box of coal? A box of coal, a box of coal. What to do with a box of coal? Box of coal. Coal, coal. What to do with a box of coal? Coal, coal, coal. What to do with a box of coal? Don't care. Shut up. Alright, up we go. Can we click this? Push that down. Nothing happens when I move the slider down. Okay, so we still haven't activated that yet. What to do with a box of coal? A box of coal, a box of coal. Yes, don't care about catwalks. Shut up. Okay. Alright. One of the doors is on the furnace. There's a C on it. Cool. Alright. C is for cool. C is for cool. Huh. Alright, what's through here? There's gotta be some place to put this darn coal. What if we go over here to the other box we were at? What about this? Can we put the coal here? Hand-operated winch. There's no wheel anymore. Crap. I don't remember what to do with this coal. God dang it. Goes to the conveyor belt. Catwalk. Don't care. What's through C again? This thing? I don't think I need to turn the wheel anymore. Hand-operated winch. Yes. Doesn't matter. Boxes. Boxes. Okay, let's go through A. I think it must be something downstairs, since obviously it's nothing up here. So, away we go. Great metal rib. Gotta be something over here, in this case. Let's see. Pair of boxes here. Can you put the coal on them? Anything? Gotta be something to do here. With this stupid box of coal. What's this lead up to? Oh, this again. Forget that. Tunnel. It goes all the way across the ship. What can we do with this? Anything else? Control panel for the conveyor. It's covered in lights. Can you press this again? You don't need to press that. Okay. You know, I bet you I just have to search the right thing, I bet. Oh, this! Yes. Put the box in there. There's a hole that'll let us put coal in the furnace.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, that's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box, and nothing. Great. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Ah, well, a man can dream.
Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up in there and make steam, which will then drive something else. Am I correct?
In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the, gist of it.
Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal.
This furnace is enormous! So we're gonna need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this.
Very well then. If the three of us work together, then we should be able to manage to fill it up much faster.
I want to help too.
Man, I totally didn't even see her walk up.
Are you feeling up to that?
Yes?
Yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze for falling over, June. I think you better rest some more, alright?
But
No arguing. You need your rest, so you just stay there. We'll handle this.
Okay. I understand.
Alright, time for some manly work. Let's get this coal into these furnaces. Yeah. Coal! Yes! Freak yes! Coal! Old King Cole had a merry old soul, and he got me the freak out of this room. Man, this is a lot of work.
Alright, I think this should be sufficient.
Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches.
What makes you think I have matches?
I see. Then how are we gonna light it?
Perhaps there's a device nearby that allows to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we?
Some sort of ignition device, huh?
Yes, I think I know what that might be. So let's go to the Whoops, no, don't care about the bears. Barrels. Don't care about the bears? I don't care about the bears either, but barrels, yeah. Ignite!
Is this?
I think it might be.
It probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace.
That means if we move that thing down...
Alright, let's do it. Here we go.
Hey, Junpei! Ace, look at this! There's big gears turning under the boiler here.
Ooh, pretty. Now what?
The gears.
They're spinning.
What the hell are you guys waiting for? Let's start looking.
Oh, so we shall. Here we go. Small door on the side of that's still welded shut. Okay, what about this? Aha! Give me that. Section of it was hidden on the blah blah blah. Give me that. Thank you. I'll take that gold disc. Thank you very much. And then we take this bronze disc, and then we're gonna go to the third one and take the silver disc. Yes, the question is, what the freak do we do with all these? Alright, go back. There was another side of these where we get to get more discs, right? We'll put one in here.
Junpei, the gold disc we found. Do you remember where it was when we found it?
I think it was on the bottom left.
No, I was just thinking.
Okay, bottom left. Pretty sure the gold disc was on the bottom left when we found it. What does that mean? Small door on the side of the tunnel. Okay, don't care. Oh, derp a derp a derp a derp a derp. This is what we're supposed to do. I remember. Go, no, stupid dialogue, go away. We're supposed to go up here. Finally finish this motherfreaker. Looks like this thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like it's the outline of 3 circles laid on top of each other in a triangle.
Maybe we put those 3 discs we found into this thing.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's stick them in.
Huh. That's odd. Nothing's happening.
Maybe you're, I don't know, putting them in the wrong places?
Perhaps you have them facing the wrong directions. Perhaps you should rotate the discs to make some of the lines connect to one another.
Alright. Instructions for operation. When the disc is touched, it will rotate a certain amount. When the white arrow is touched, the discs are switched. Please note, when the discs are switched, the angles for the discs are reset. Huh. Aha! So this one was on the bottom left, right? Okay, I see. Gotcha. Let's rotate this to be about here. What is it going to make? A Star of David or something? That was easy. The red lines on these discs. I think maybe I can make a star polygon with these. And... woohoo! That room's finally over with. Took a whole freaking episode and a half. You found it, motherfreakers, and I believe that's the last room before the safe ending, so we're into something good here, guys. Oh, yeah.
Yes! The door's open!
Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement.
Alright, Junpei. Why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on this door.
The thing looks like Ace's cat face. Santa snorted.
Why do we need to do that?
And why are you so snorty this episode?
Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again.
Well, I suppose that's true. Shall all 3 of us go and collect June then?
Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it.
He still seems irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly.
So you are only interested in being contrary.
Ace sighed with the air of a long-suffering parent.
Alright, I'll go get June. I'll be right back.
He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs. Before long, he was back on the first floor next to the conveyor belt and June. As he drew closer, she stood up slowly.
Are you okay?
He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice.
Yes. I'm fine now. I'm sorry I made you worry.
June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish. Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead.
Good. You're feeling a lot better.
She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but still wasn't down to what seemed normal to him.
Are you sure you're alright?
He had to be sure. June gave him a look.
Oh, you're such a warrior, Junpei. Oops. I mean, warrior.
June giggled. He wasn't sure if she just made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead.
Let's go.
Go where?
Alright. I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so...
Great! Let's go!
June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. As they walked back toward the exit, Junpei noticed Santa sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand and staring at it with a strange expression. Junpei and June slowed down and finally stopped in front of him.
What are you looking at?
Santa answered without looking up, his voice quiet.
It's a photo. It's my sister.
Sister? Santa, you've got a sister?
Santa simply nodded.
Yeah. Kid was as cute as a button.
June cocked her head, confused.
She was only about an inch tall then?
Santa glared at her.
Sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch?
Santa didn't smile or laugh. He simply turned back to his picture and spoke.
I was her Santa Claus.
This sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know either.
We didn't have parents. They bought it in an accident when we were still kids. So I had to be like her dad. And that meant I bought her Christmas presents every year. On Christmas Eve, I would leave a present next to her pillow. And the next morning, she'd come running up into my room with this big smile.
Look! Santa left me a present! Santa got me that doll I really wanted! I'm so glad he got the letter I wrote!
I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it, and send it out. Then a few days later, it would show up back in our mailbox marked address unknown. I'd open the letters before she'd figure out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple of stores with some money I saved over the year, and buy her the stuff she asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year.
Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say. June looked down, uncomfortable. The wall next to him suddenly groaned. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept talking.
But one year, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted, or anything like that. Instead, it said,
I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time.
But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. Junpei decided it was probably best not to ask Santa any more questions. But
What happened?
June glanced up at Santa quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort.
She died. She was killed. 9 years ago.
There was nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale.
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back into his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them 2 at a time. Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
And so we shall. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and next episode, we begin the safe ending.